Hello again, my name is Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the OCZ Annihilator water cooling kit. What is included in the basic kit is the CPU water block, tubing, mounting materials, the radiator, a 120mm fan with a speed adjustment, as well as a grill. You also get some thermal compound and your choice of pumps, either the Atman 185 gallon per hour pump or the 365 gallon per hour pump. You also get a tank or reservoir and a very detailed manual. Now if you go for the deluxe kit, you will also get the GPU or video card water block and the chipset water block. Each one of these water blocks comes shipped with tape on the bottom. This is to protect the very smooth, shiny surface on the CPU water block, the chipset water block, and the GPU water block. Now to remove this tape, it will reveal a nice, smooth, shiny surface, again, on the CPU water block, as well the chipset water block, and the GPU water block. And that, of course, means that it's going to have great contact between it and what it's installed onto. The pump that I will be using today is the 365 gallon per hour pump. This pump does not get connected inside your case onto your power supply or by any other means. It gets plugged into your regular household AC outlet. Also, this pump comes with a plate. This plate has 4 suction cups, and that means you can put the pump just about anywhere. The radiator that is included is fairly large, and it has lots of tubing. This 120mm fan and grill gets screwed onto that rad using the included 4 screws. Now this fan comes with an adjustment. That means you can increase or decrease the speed of the fan very easily. The tank or reservoir is fairly large, and that means you're going to be able to fit lots of water in here, but it also means it's going to take up lots of space inside your case, and some folks might have a problem even fitting this inside their case. Now at the top here, there's a cap to a nice large opening, and that means you're going to be able to pour water in here very easily. Every component in this system except for the radiator has these fittings, which makes it very easy to insert and remove the tubes. For example, here, if you want to attach the tube, go ahead, press down, and it's attached. If you want to remove it, just press down on this and then pull the tube out. Attaching the tubes to the radiator is a little different. You don't have these convenient fittings. However, they include tubing here, 2 pieces, to go on over the rad here first. Make sure it's on as far as you can get it. Then go ahead and take the tubing and insert it into that small tube. And of course, do the same for the other side. Installation of all these water blocks is extremely easy to do. I will be showing you how to install it on a socket 478 today, but it's just as easy to install on a socket 462. First of all, install the CPU, then apply some thermal compound. Next, carefully place the CPU water block on top. Then take this mounting clip and attach it to the plastic bracket. And make sure it's in all the way. And then screw it down tightly so it makes great contact between it and the CPU. Installation of the GPU and chipset water block is really the same. First of all, remove the heatsink or cooler. Next, apply some thermal compound. Then place the water block on top. Now, you've got some mounting hardware here. First of all, this metal plate goes over the water block like so. You've got 2 bolts here. You want to push these through that metal plate, down through the printed circuit board, and then on the other side, slip this washer on over that bolt, then attach the nut, and then make sure that you have it screwed down tightly so it makes great contact between it and the GPU or the chipset. If your system is at idle, I recommend just turning back the fan so it's very quiet. If your system is at max load, I would recommend increasing the speed on the fan to give you much better cooling. Cut all the tubes to length for your particular system, and I would recommend testing it outside of the system first for around 12 to 24 hours to just make certain there are no leaks whatsoever. Now I'm going to show you how the water actually flows in this system. From the pump into the GPU water block, into the chipset water block, then into the CPU water block, then into the rad, out of the rad, and back into the reservoir, and the cycle would continue over and over. When filling the system full of water, be sure that you're using distilled water. Next, you'll need to pour this distilled water into the tank. And fill it all the way up to the top. Leave the cap off and then plug the pump in. And you'll see that the water will drop because the pump will pump water throughout the entire system. And when you see that all the bubbles are out of the system, screw the cap back on. Noise is always a concern with these setups. As I showed you earlier, this kit comes with a fan that's adjustable so you can turn it back when the system is at idle so it's quiet. The other concern is the pump. Well, this is the Atman PH 1100 high performance pump, and as you can hear, it's very quiet. This kit comes in a few different options. You can go with the basic or with the deluxe. You can also go with a Atman PH 400 or an Atman PH 1100 pump. Now this kit does perform very well. However, some folks might find the rad a little bit large and also that tank or reservoir a little bit large to fit in a case. But overall, this is a kick-ass product. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds, and this has been another video review. Be sure to check back very soon. I will have a brand new one for you then. Also, pop into my website at www.3dgameman.com. And while you're there, you can go into the forums and register. And remember, registration is completely free. Also, keep in mind, you can find out a lot more on this product in the forums. Until the next time, take care.